Welcome. This is lesson 1 of a maths program which is intended to improve your understanding of mathematics and allow you to go on to excel in the subject. So we'll move into lesson 1. Hello, let me introduce myself. I'm a retired high school teacher. My subjects were mathematics, science and computing. I gave my first maths lesson in 1968 and began my retirement in 2017. A little arithmetic shows I was teaching for 49 years. This course is based on some of my teaching notes that have survived from that period. You will notice that the right-hand side of the screen displays the script for the lesson. This will make the video more inclusive and gives you the opportunity of pausing to reflect on what you have been listening to. I conservatively estimate that I worked closely with over 6,000 students who relied on me to help them get the best maths score possible. Looking at it another way, I went into a classroom 50,000 times. Or another, I generated over 1 million student hours. And these are the biggest numbers you will meet here. The thing that gave my students the most difficulty was my name. So those 50 years I was Mr. Mac to both students and teachers. As you know, a few years after I retired, a pandemic disrupted schools around the world. Many students experienced a significant block on their progress in mathematics. This course is offered as an opportunity to rebuild momentum again. But a warning is required. I will not be teaching maths the way it's taught in schools. We simply do not have the time to repeat everything your school does. And I must be careful to ensure this program doesn't become a distraction. My goal is not to give you knowledge, your school will do that. The aim of this course is to make you a better maths student. That means changing how you see the subject and interact with it. One reason why students have difficulty with mathematics is they experience it as a big subject with lots to learn. But our memory doesn't retain all new information long enough for it to be consolidated and extended. In some circumstances, less than half is retained after a few days. So we have a breakdown between reality and perception. The reality of what maths is, small, easy, interesting, enjoyable, and what many students perceive it to be, big, difficult, boring, unpleasant. Most people agree that it's useful. Now our task is to move the perception back over to the reality. But there are two blocks which are going to happen. Can't focus definitely blocks our attempt to move perception back to reality. And no interest will also block it. As the diagram illustrates, the result is a disconnect between reality and perception. I have to bring the right-hand circle back to the left. And as I pointed out, there are two obstacles which can block any progress. The no interest obstacle can be due to what's called confirmation bias. You genuinely believe maths is not for you. And not being able to focus can be due to being in the wrong environment, having poor study skills, or being distracted by aspects of the task. Everyone agrees that maths is useful. They see it every day. We want to make the remaining parts of the circles overlap. So we have to look at how to get past the two barriers. Strategy 1. I have to make the subject smaller. We will call it Maths Lite. As you know, light is an informal word used to indicate less complex. But don't dismiss what we do as trivial, even if it seems that way at first glance. There will be less to learn, and therefore it will be easy to remember, but it will still cover everything that's important. In fact, this program will introduce ideas that are more sophisticated than those found in other maths programs. Strategy 2. The only way to get around the memory problem is to use repetition, so any new material is assimilated adequately. You will notice that in this program I am repeating what seems to be very simple things. This repetition is necessary if we're going to construct a solid basis for changing how you approach mathematics. By reviewing what you have seen, you can consolidate any gains. You will be transferring any new understanding from your short-term memory to the long-term memory locations in your brain. Strategy 3 will be to promote mindful learning. Now, mindfulness is being aware of what's happening in the moment, without interpretation or judgment. It involves training your attention to the present moment with an open mind. This has been shown to improve learning ability. Just keep thinking so you are following threads that I'm developing. If you look at the right-hand side of the screen, you will see the script for the lesson. It is there so you can read what you are listening to. By engaging two of your senses, you will be more likely to understand the content and less likely to be distracted. You can engage other senses by pausing the video and making some notes in your own words. So remember, focus on the right side of the screen, not the left. Strategy 4 will promote a deeper understanding. This course omits the drill used in school programs. It replaces that with logic, which promotes deeper understanding. I will be attempting to develop some abstract ideas. It will not be like watching a product review, such as for a new camera, where I can redirect your gaze to a new button every few seconds. What I'm setting out to do is show you how to think efficiently while working inside the boundaries called mathematics. You will require a concentration span in order to benefit from what I am presenting. A word of warning here. Unlike in an entertainment video, where the screen changes every few seconds to regain your interest, you will have to make a conscious effort to remain focused and block out distractions. In trial testing some of these videos, comments received included, "There shouldn't be a script, just dot points. You need more action in a video." Both of these comments go against what is intended in this video. The script is there to focus your attention. It was also noticed that some students and parents started to lose interest if there was a pause for more than 3 seconds. So be warned, you need to concentrate for at least 3 seconds. Clearly, the road to success in mathematics is not an easy one. Strategy 5, things don't have to look mathematical. Keep in mind that I can't avoid it completely, but hopefully at times you will not realise you are learning mathematics. I cannot change how you think if I put you in the same emotional situation that caused your problems with maths. So I will avoid technical language as much as possible. We will formalise the vocabulary later. I can think of 4 groups of people who can benefit from doing this course. Here they are. Do you fit into any of those categories? Over the years, many parents told me they wished they could help their children more, but they usually felt helpless. This program will allow them to become an asset. I've helped a number of adults. Sometimes they need greater confidence with mathematical aspects of their jobs. Obviously, students are the main target for this program, but they're not the only ones. In schools, maths teachers do maths and other people do other things. This program can help the 2 groups coordinate better. The aim of this series of lessons is to improve your understanding of maths. Then you will have enough insight and confidence to go as far as you want in the subject. The lessons will be short, many will be 10 minutes. This is done deliberately so they will not distract you from other matters. Each is relatively self-contained. You can do as many as you have time for. This course assumes no previous mathematical knowledge. It does assume you have common sense and some life experiences. We can build those into mathematical success. Here is how we will do it. Notice there's our 5 strategies to get us from perception back to reality. We'll start doing that in the next lesson. I hope to see you then.